In today's video, I will be discussing and letting you know what makes up an individual's credit score. Also, I need to put this disclaimer out there that I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion on finances based off of research as well as life lessons. You do with this information as you please. And if you're watching this video right now, I encourage you to go check your credit score. And if it's not where you want it to be, get it and find out how to get it to where you want it to be. I will be doing future videos on how we can improve our credit scores, so stay tuned for those. So a credit score is a number that basically analyzes a person's level of credit worthiness, and it is based on a few items, which I'm going to talk about in this video. So there are 5 areas that make up an individual's credit score, and they are all weighted differently, but these 5 are types of credit, new credit accounts, history of credit, credit utilization, and payment history. So the first that we'll talk about is types of credit. This makes up about 10% of the credit score weighting. So when referring to types of credit, these are things such as revolving credit, which are, typically credit cards, installment credit, which is, an auto loan or a boat loan. And then you've got mortgage, which is associated with a home. If you have not watched my mortgage video, go watch it. If you're liking this basically intro video on credit, drop me a like. It really does help out the YouTube algorithm. As well as check out some of my other content on personal finance. It's predominantly what I talk about on this channel. So go check that out and stay tuned for more credit hacks as well as, tips and tricks on personal finance. So the next category is new credit accounts, which also accounts for 10% of the weighting in your credit score. Basically, with new credit accounts, whenever you get a hard inquiry on your credit report, that typically does stay on your credit report for 2 years. But typically, most of the bureaus, they will stop sending that data after about 6 months. But with new credit accounts, that's just basically when was your most recent line of credit. The next factor that goes into our credit score and that number is history of credit. And basically what this looks at is how long have you had lines of credit, whether it's installment, revolving, whatever it may be. How long have you had credit available to you? Creditors like to see that you've had credit for a longer period of time. And one hack for this is basically what I've learned is not to close out credit cards that you've had for a long time. Of course, pay off the balance every month, but don't close it out because it does help your history of credit since you've had it for 5+ years. All right, so the next determining factor that goes into calculating your credit score is credit utilization. Now, credit utilization is weighted very heavily than all the previous factors. Credit utilization is given a 30% weight to it. And basically with credit utilization, what it is how are you utilizing the amount of credit that you have available to you? So I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a credit card with a $15,000 credit limit to it, and you have a current balance of $4,500. So we'll do $4,500 divided by 15,000, and that gives you a 30% credit utilization percentage. What I've been reading and hearing in terms of what experts say is where your credit utilization should be is somewhere around 30 to 40% at most, if you can't be all the way at 0. So the last factor that goes into your credit score, which also has the most amount of weight to it, is payment history, which is at a weight of 35%. Payment history is pretty simple. are you making your payments on time? And if so, great. If not, that's a problem. Basically, because your credit score is looking at your credit worthiness. So this is why this is weighted the most. So for me personally, I had a missed payment on one of my credit cards back when I was in college. Actually, I had 2 missed payments, and these greatly affected my credit score. So much to the fact that I have been trying to build it up ever since I missed these 2 payments. I even reached out to my creditor, and I was like, yo, during this time period, I actually was going through some hard times, and I couldn't make the payment. They did not want to hear me out. And then the other time, I actually just input my routing and account information wrong when I was looking to pay my bill, and it never went through, and then it recorded it as a late payment. These 2 instances have been hindering me to get my credit score to where I want it to be. Currently, I'm at like 690, 700, and I want to get above 700 and stay above 700. So it is truly, truly important for us, for everyone, literally, to make sure that your payment history is flawless. I mean, in my last video on 3 reasons why you should not get a mortgage, if you miss one of your mortgage payments, your credit score is going to drop significantly. Not sure how much it's going to drop, but it will drop significantly because payment history is weighted the heaviest out of all the factors that influence your credit score. So thank you all for watching this video on what makes up your credit score. I hope that you were able to find it informational, and can better understand how different events affect your credit score, whether it's missed payments or made payments, or clearing the balance on your credit card so that you don't have any utilization, whatever it may be. I hope that you found it informational. Drop some comments below if you did learn something new, and just engage. I really do appreciate all of my subscribers, as well as everyone who watches these videos. So thank you for your time, but like, dislike, share, subscribe, do what you do, but I appreciate you. Until next time,